Hey everybody, Coach Shore here. Now I have had my Atari 2600 Plus for 3 months now. I pre-ordered it and mine arrived back in October. And well, I decided I would give a little update on how I'm thinking about it after all that time. So I did a video earlier on should I get one of these or not and put some thoughts out on there. And a lot of people said, get it, it's great, HDMI, boom. Don't worry about it. If you've got an Atari already, it still works. There's absolutely no reason to get this. And there's actually a lot of people saying, yeah, you're going to play this for about a week, maybe two tops, and then you're going to go back to your Xbox or PlayStation. Uh, well, I'm happy to say that I'm still playing this, and I'm playing it a lot. For the most part, spoiler for the whole video, I am happy with my purchase here. I'm pretty happy with it. It's not perfect, but for the most part, it does what it says, and I'm happy with it. All right, let's get into it. So here it is. This sucker, just pretty much a replica of a 4-switch Woody Atari. Just slightly smaller in size, weighing a lot less. Otherwise, almost everything, at least superficially, is the same. But as you know, it's not quite the hardware. It drops ROMs of the games when you plug the cartridges in, and that's how you play them. I do have several old Ataris, but I am sticking to this one for several more convenience reasons. First one is that HDMI. Yeah, it looks clean. It just looks nice on the screen. Some people, they want those scan lines. I'm not sure why. I guess there's something to them, but nah. I'm okay with the clear picture. I do have the TV where I can do the power source straight into the TV, so I don't have the extra wires going there. I don't have to worry about if my power supply, the old plug, is actually gonna fry out or not. It's always a worry I have when I'm plugged in with one of the older ones. Will there be sparks? Will there be explosions? Probably not, right? But just, is it going to work? Is that power supply going to fail or not? You say I've had a couple things where old computers and whatnot where that has happened, so maybe that's just something in my head. But you say with this thing, I don't have this worry because again, I can just got that smart TV. I can just plug it right into the TV and not into the outlet, and it's pretty nice, just convenient. Less wires all over the place. And say it does play the 2600 and 7800 games, so not all of them. There are a few that do not work. There has been a firmware update. Like, this is cool because you can do firmware updates. And so they're fixing a lot of the things that don't work. A lot of the homebrews that might not work, the firmware is supposed to help with that. And some other games that weren't working, like PAL region games that weren't working, firmware is supposed to update that. And that's still going. And I'll put Gen X Grown Up did a great tutorial on how to do it. I did it, and it only took a few minutes. So if you're worried about doing any kind of update with your computer, super easy. I'll put a link to his tutorial on there because again, there's a beta version out now. That's like a testing version. There should be hopefully soon an actual firmware update. For me though, the firmware didn't actually do anything because I didn't have anything that wasn't working because of those reasons. That being said, for some reason, some of my games are not working. Like I have Spider Fighter, which is supposed to be fine, but for some reason that one I have to plug it in and out a few times. I got to mess with it before I can get it to actually start working on here. Like I thought the thing was broken, but it works just fine in my old one. But in this one, for some reason, doesn't quite work. Zaxxon and Burger Time I can't get to work in here at all. Zaxxon shows me nothing, and Burger Time I get this weird screen.
And here it is, Burger Time.
And Astroblast for some reason won't start either. I get something on there, but I can't get the game to actually function.
So this is all I can get with Astroblast. Hitting reset does nothing and level change does nothing.
And I don't know why, I cleaned the games out. They work fine in the older ones, but they just are not liking this new one for some reason. Now, one complaint I do have is, yeah, they wanted to be as authentic looking on the outside as possible to the old Atari, but the cords are just not long enough, for anything. The HDMI cord, the power cord, as well as the controller ports. Like, they could have just done a couple things, put them in front. It's fine. I don't think anyone would care if you switched them from the back here to the front. Because I got, how most of our setups are, we're going to be farther back. We're not going to be right in front of our things. We're going to be laying back playing, sitting back playing, lounging a little bit, right? I know right away, my second day I had this thing. See this right here? This is the corner of my 2600 Plus because I pulled it off the counter because I sat back too far with my controller, and boom. Atari is selling cord extensions, so you can have your controllers longer, but I feel like I should be able to trade in this broken piece for one of those cords. Not super happy about that. Yeah, kind of my fault, right? But, we just something we got used to as gamers nowadays is not sitting so close to the TV. Sure, we're a little old, we're getting a little blind, but we definitely probably shouldn't be that close to the television playing, right? And I do like the fact that they are still continuing to work with this system. They didn't just throw it out and are done with it. No, they're doing firmware updates. They're selling games, like new versions of 2600 games and 7800 games. Like, they just announced 3 different ones. I'm probably going to pick up one of them. And of course, they got the 7800 gamepad. Now, it was a little sad again, like I said, that the gamepad didn't get sold in a bundle with some other games. Like, they easily could have put like the 7800 version of Asteroids, Pole Position 2, or whatever, like maybe a 4-game cart like they did with like this one when it came out. Still going to get the gamepad though, because it's going to make the 7800 experience a lot better. But even with that, you don't have to go and buy the expensive, full-priced new games that Atari's putting out. Like, here's my Activision collection right here. I'm just having a good time playing my old games. And, all these weren't the ones from my childhood. It's still fun to go. I can go on Facebook Marketplace or eBay, and I can find people selling pretty much lots of games. You can get sometimes you can find just like 3, 4, 5. Other times you can find sets of like 80 games for like $150, which is a fantastic deal, and it's out there. So you can get a lot of the games that you played as a kid, or games you always wanted to play but never got around to. And yeah, the collecting part is almost as much fun as the playing part. And the reason why the playing has been working for me is, sure, these are older games. They're not nearly as involved as games nowadays. And that's kind of what's working for me. Like, if I sit down and play something on the Xbox, I usually have to wait. I need at least an hour, 2 hours to really get into it. I can pull out Enduro and run a race or two in like 15, 20 minutes, and I've got my fix for the day. I'm good. I've had a good time. It was fun. And yeah, there we go. So that's another reason why this is working so well for someone, I guess, of my age, who doesn't have exactly a ton of time every day to get on a gaming system and play. So this is really filling that void. So I guess in closing, 3 months, not a whole lot of time, but I am extremely happy with this system. It's not perfect. And it's not even fully necessary if you've got older Ataris, but for me, it's working. I don't have to worry about anything. I can just plug it in and switch it on my TV and play. And again, I'm having a ton of fun playing games that I used to play and games I've always wanted to play but wasn't quite able to get into. And it's just been a fantastic experience. So, at least for me. So tell me what you guys think. Were you debating getting one, still debating on getting one, or do you have one and like it or hate it? Let me know what your thoughts are on your experiences. This is Coach Troy. I'll see y'all next time.
Thanks for joining me as I start my journey into the world of retro gaming. If you're interested in my other hobbies of fitness or board games, check out my other channel. Anyways, this is Coach Troy. I'll see y'all next time.